Real on the Fan.
KFAN.com/watch. You can watch the Power Hour. It's powered by Quantum Fiber as we are live from Shields of Eden Prairie. It's presented by Unreal. Come drop off an unwrapped toy and help those in need this holiday season. And listen to your favorite KFAN shows and great KFAN guests.
Man, stop by just for the donuts, for God's sake.
Yep, donuts, coffee.
Man.
They are phenomenal.
Button bar.
Yeah, button bar.
Although we probably already have that one. We probably already have that one.
Yeah, we probably have that.
Roser's here. Marnes is here. Harrison Phillips is going to stop by in just a little bit as well. Going to be a great, great morning, and all day long we'll be here at Shields. As my main man, Zacho, just said, tomorrow, of course, we'll be live in studio doing a regular old show, and then we head for Vegas for the rest of the week and do our best to give you the fans' eye view of exactly what's happening as we lead up to Sunday, Vikings versus the Raiders. Looking forward to it. Rosie, I wish you were going to be with us, brother.
I know. I wish I were as well. It'd be hard to not be in Vegas with you guys when normally that's the case. I know there'll be a lot of Viking fans out there. As it always is for the visiting team, but you know the Raiders legitimately feel they can get back in the playoff race as well, and so it'll be a very festive occasion, I'm sure, at the stadium, which I have not had a chance to see. So have fun.
Yeah, Marnes, I'm glad you're not going to be there because you and I in a Vegas casino together is just trouble. Just trouble.
Well, have we really ever? We've dabbled. We've dabbled, but
Yeah.
Carly and I had our toad skins saved up.
I know.
We wanted to meet you in a high roller room, and we wanted you to show us how it was done.
I was in the deepest, darkest parts of my journey, Marnes.
Yeah.
And I did not want to be joined by anybody in the high roller room, but right now I would be more than happy to join you in the high roller room as you take money home with you and steal Vegas blind, and they have to go under because of all the giant jackpots you had.
I have left several there in the last handful of years.
Yeah.
So if you guys wouldn't mind grabbing that cash for Mommy from those slots and bringing it back.
You got enough money this weekend
really
on the
use
golf bet. You're fine.
That's true. You're right.
You got $1,000.
few toad skins.
Hawk, I believe, besides the Vikings game and obviously the NBA tournament, I believe it's like the National Rodeo event going on.
That is true.
There.
We have the big national rodeo going on as well, so it's going to be packed.
It's going to be lit, as they say.
Yeah, it's going to
Lots
be
of
lit.
cowboys, Zach.
A lot of cowboys rocking around.
Yeah.
Zach, okay.
Did he just curtsy or did he try to turn around?
I think
That's exactly what I thought he was
Like he
doing.
curtsied.
I would classify that as a curtsy, and I don't know curtsies well, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
That was solid. All right, let's do Fan 5 because I have a topic I would like to discuss with the panel, if you don't mind.
Yeah, man.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and Remodelers.
Yes, thank you.
Kicking off the sports conversation, I give you Marnie Gellner with her review of the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer.
Oh, did you guys watch it?
Yeah, we just watched it during the break. That blew me away. And I've seen parts of Grand Theft Auto, but this the different settings and scenes and the realistic looking people and scenarios, it's a little bit frightening, kind of awesome. I can't grasp how that much can be out. They can have that much done in a trailer like that, and the game is not coming out for a year plus.
Yep, 2025.
It's all about glitches?
That's what disappointed a lot of people yesterday is that we all thought it was holiday 2024, but now they're saying it's 2025.
Wow.
But I don't think they've specifically said what season in 2025. They're just saying it's dropping in 2025. But either way, again, this is a decade in the making. So they're probably close to the finish line, but a year and a half to go. It's still probably tweaks.
It's almost going to be more frustrating for people, for fans, to watch that and go, I have to wait how long now?
Yeah. But at least we know it's within grasp. Like, for the last 3, 4, 5 years, we had no idea how far out it was.
Didn't even know if it was ever going to happen.
Right, because they just wouldn't say. So to at least get a glimpse of what it looks like and know that it's a year and a half away, it's going to be unbelievable.
Not for the little kiddos.
That was
Yeah,
wild.
it'll be great.
With how fast technology moves and how much we can grow in technology in 1 year, by the time this game is released, won't there have been changes or upgrades or things that are different
Right.
because of advances in technology in the next year?
I would think so. I mean,
Or are they just going to stick, that's it, no more changes?
Well, but not necessarily to the latest iterations of Xbox and PS5.
but who knows, Corey? AI could changes everything every day. Who
Sure.
knows, man? Who knows, right? We might
Yeah.
not even be able to play video games. They might like games at this point. Who knows? I can't wait, man. But
Yeah,
I'll
that
tell you,
was
the
shocking.
college football game is going to get me through the wait because I believe that is spring or early summer
I
of
think early
2024.
summer, yeah.
And I cannot wait to play college football again. That's super.
It'll
cool.
be
That's
great.
always my favorite game. Always.
I'm looking forward to a trailer for that too. I mean, that we know nothing about the college football game yet, and just that we finally know that it's going to be released next year, which that was dicey up until last week when they finally got everybody signed and ready to go. So I hope they release a trailer too and make video games great again, man.
I know
it's been tough.
I know you were excited when the news came out yesterday, Zacho, that you qualified to play the college football game because you weren't sure with your grades that you were going to be allowed to even play the damn game.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Zach.
man. That's
It's
awesome.
09 all over again.
I love that Chris is excited about recruiting computer players, right, and trying to decide what college they're going to go to and building your team and building a staff. And all I can think about is getting the largest possible truck and running over prostitutes on a Miami beach.
Yeah, that's what you love.
You and I play video games very,
You love
very
what you
differently.
love.
You know who else is excited for the new Grand Theft Auto?
The tree.
Abbott, for us to talk about.
You gotta.
Where
you
is
gotta
he,
give
by the
us
way? I was
time
gonna
to guess.
interview
Right there
him.
by Jared.
He's up. Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah, I'm
He's
gonna go.
changed clothes.
He's showing Jared pictures.
Oh, really? Is that what he's doing?
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
hunting
talked. We
pictures.
talked about Red Dead Redemption 2 for about 3 months straight
He
because it was
hated
the
it.
biggest game on
He
the
hated
planet, and Abbott thought we were losing every one of our listeners.
He hated every second of it.
It just, made billions of dollars. No big deal. It's one of the greatest reviewed video games of all time. If he hated that, wait
Ladies and
until
gentlemen.
2025.
Can you imagine? Here he is, Chad Abbott. Hi, Chad.
Hi.
Are you so proud of us?
No.
Are you glad Rosie's back?
Where were you?
I just took a little vacation, little honeymoon.
Nice for you to let me know.
Yeah, okay.
We learned that he went to Caicos, but not Turks.
I
Correct.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about
Look
it.
at him. He's upset over here. He doesn't want to talk about it. It's all right.
He's the best boss in the world. Come on.
Well, come on now.
We're about to have Harrison Phillips on the show.
Yeah, he's a great guy. You guys are going to love him.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you know him, right?
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. Also, I don't know if you know it or not, but we're going to Vegas tomorrow.
How you getting there?
Zach's going to drive us.
Yeah. Well, he will in about a
Why don't you
month.
tell Bob?
I'm going to land the plane.
Oh, it's pretty easy out here.
Is that a euphemism?
The easiest thing ever.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a great time. I'll be back here.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. You do realize how high they're all going to be the whole time we're there.
The only reason they want to go. Nobody ever wants to go to.
I will
why don't
say
they ever
this.
want to go to Deadwood? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they don't want to go to Cincinnati, or just a regular road trip. I have no idea. It looks like,
Well, weed's legal in almost all of those spots, right? I mean, Zach, what is it, 40 states now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zach doesn't really
It's in
care
the
where we
40s.
go.
Did you hear the first segment of today's show?
Not yet.
You better not. If I were you, I'd just skip that. I might delete it from the podcast.
The gist of it is that these
Don't
two
do it.
said that it's that cocaine is not safe in 2023. But 15 years ago, you could have given it a shot.
That was the whole first segment.
Now it's not the smartest move because of fentanyl.
There was an entire preschool here to watch the beginning of Toys for Tots broadcast. And they were given ideas about where they could pick up some coke.
Rosie, would you do cocaine in 2023 or 2008?
I could
What's
do
more
this
likely?
neither.
But if you had to do it in one of the 2 years,
You're going.
If I had to, it would have been 2008.
see, he
course.
agrees with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You make it 100, Rosie?
Yeah, inside jokes. Radio for 5 people. I love it. It's the best in the world. Any other sports to talk about before our guest walks up on us?
Let's see here. We talked about that. Who cares about this? Let's we haven't talked to Marnie about this. Marnes, the Pacers won last night, 122 to 112 over the Celtics. So the Celtics got knocked out of the in-season tournament.
That's Hawk's squad.
Tyrese Halliburton. Hawk is a real person. He plays for Indiana. He had a triple-double. So the Pacers advanced to Vegas to take on either the Knicks or the Bucks in the semifinals on Thursday. And then the Pelicans won 127-117 over the Kings. I think when I went to bed, the Kings were up like 17. So I don't know what the hell happened, but
It was a late
geez.
game.
Brandon Ingram scored 30. They faced the winner of the Suns and Lakers. Those two games are tonight. So the
Tonight.
Bucks are 5-point favorites against the Knicks. The Suns are 1.5-point dogs at LA. Anyway, so your thoughts so far on the Pelicans and the Pacers semifinals of the first ever in-season tournament?
There are so many tentacles to the in-season tournament that we are just discovering for the first time because it has never existed. And going into it, we all had so many questions, didn't really know how it worked. What is this? What is this? And now we're seeing it happen in real time. I thought one of the beautiful things and super entertaining things was last night. Even if you watched, even if you saw highlights on Twitter or something, the Indiana Pacers bench towards the end of that game, they were losing their minds. Every player, when you get to the Final Four, which now Indiana is, we're at 8 right now, or we were at 8 last night. We became 6. Tonight we'll become 4. But the Final Four teams, they go to Vegas. Ever heard of it? And the first place team will get $500,000 per player.
The bench guys get that.
Per player. The second place team is $200,000, then it goes $100,000 and $50,000 per person on that team. So you watched Indiana, like Tyrese Halliburton hit a 3 at the top of the key and was fouled. You would have thought they won the NCAA tournament. It was that kind of joy and jubilation that you don't see typically in the NBA.
How many players on the bench make less than $500,000? What's the NBA minimum for like rookies?
Yes, and the Pacers have 10 guys, and that's total, like on their roster, not necessarily they're active with the NBA roster, but 10 guys who make $300,000 or less. There are a lot of two-way like G League contracts. That's the part I don't know, is how far down does that trickle? Do you have to be one of the active players who is taken to Vegas? What if you happen to have a tweaked ankle on that day and they take the other G League two-wayer? I mean, $500,000? That's a huge deal to guys who are not making $500,000. Now, me, I wouldn't even sneeze at it. But for the rest of you, it's a big deal. I just want a golf bet. It's nothing.
Yeah.
But little tentacles like that you wouldn't think that would have brought so much energy and joy to a game did.
Well, I think the skeptics have to be quieted a little bit too, because I think this is working. However, you may want to look at a long season, and it added some, and then going to Vegas, and this is where it's not going to matter in the long run. No one's going to hang a banner. At the same time, it's adding some extra excitement, and for the Wolves, they've been able to capitalize because instead of going out there, obviously they like the money. But now they get to play 2 inferior teams, and they have the best record in the NBA right now. And at some point, Sauce, they'll actually be talked about on the network, as opposed to the Dallas Cowboys, the Boston Celtics, the James Harden soap opera, whatever it might be, LeBron. It's like, oh, by the way, the Wolves may want to pay attention to them this year.
Yeah, they're very good. They're a fun squad. Even when they play bad teams, as you've said, Marnie, over and over again, they're always in control. That game was it Saturday night that they played. They're always in control.
Yep.
Yeah, and Charlotte they don't have LaMelo Ball. They don't have any couple of their top players. But the Wolves didn't let up. And I love the other thing that Finch is doing is they play deep into the fourth quarter, even when they have a massive lead, because he's seen this team take the foot off the gas, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, now they're up 5 with 4 minutes left. So, yeah, they are a well-oiled machine.
And Rudy Gobert is quieting just about every one of his critics from a year ago. And look, it was right to question the trade. There's nothing wrong with that. And he was hurt most of in the beginning of the year for sure. But we are seeing the real Rudy Gobert right now and why they traded for him.
And the difference he makes, he looks like the defensive player of the year right now. We've shown that clip against a Chet Holmgren in OKC, like that defensive possession. OKC did get an offensive rebound, but it only kind of added to the intrigue because it made the possession longer. But Rudy Gobert gives out like a fist bump in the middle of the possession when he made Chet pass it out. And then he fist bumped again at the end of the possession. It's just such a microcosm of this is what's going on right now.
So cool.
Hawk, you love it, right?
I remember that play. I'll never forget that play with the fist bump.
What position does Rudy Gobert play?
All of them.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
I mean, he's that guy. He's that guy on this team, man. He's him.
Rose, you just mentioned hanging banners. I wonder how the winning team is going to handle the victory.
Dude, I mean this, Rosie, before you even answer. How cool would it be if the Timberwolves were in this? I know it seems like because who knows what will happen the rest of the season? And I know it doesn't really matter. But this would be something we actually won once in our damn lives.
Well,
how cool would that be,
the
man?
timing of it this weekend with the Vikings out there and the Timberwolves participating because of their record. It wouldn't be a fluke because they somehow snuck into the Vegas tournament by upsetting a couple of teams, and they're a 500 team. But they're that good right now. It would have been special. It would have been fun.
What arena are we using? Like the UCLA?
Playing.
Or I mean the UNLV? The
No,
UNLV?
T-Mobile, right?
I believe
Is it
it's
T-Mobile?
T-Mobile.
It is
Right.
T-Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Right on the strip.
then what will it look like? These
A
in-season
basketball
courts.
arena.
All right.
These in-season courts have been wild, like
Fun.
them or not. They are attention grabbing.
I know the one
So
was
now,
ice. Remember they played that one on ice.
That added a strange element.
Really thing, yeah.
But
It's
now
gonna light up,
it's
isn't
always
it?
been someone's home court, and now you'll go to Vegas where all of the glitz and the glam lives, and I would imagine they're not going to tame things down. They're only going to ramp it up.
Well, according to Abbott, it's just going to look like a lava lamp because the only thing that anybody does in Vegas is do weed.
That's how
have
he says it,
psychedelic
too.
trips.
That's how he says it. Do weed. Yeah.
Right, Zachary?
Do weed. That's
Yeah,
that
do
sounds like
weed. That's
Abbott.
what Abbott would say.
Yeah.
Do weed. Is
I
that
won't
what you
be
guys are
doing
going to
any
do? Do weed?
until Friday afternoon.
We do.
If that were a cool thing to do, and it is not.
We need to break because we have a very special guest coming up in the next segment. We're very excited about it. And another Minnesota Viking join us. The great Harrison Phillips will be here momentarily. Can't wait to see him and have him as part of the morning show for the very, very first time. And again, out at Shields today, if you're wondering why we sound odd, why the crowd is cheering, it's not just an initials game. This is a live broadcast at Shields in Eden Prairie, the house that Marnie built for Toys for Tots. Thanks to our friends at Unreal and the Minnesota Vikings and everybody involved in Toys for Tots. We just love this place, and what a great day to be involved with the Minnesota Vikings, guys.
I got a sneaking suspicion that Cam Bynum would be good at initials.
Oh, no doubt.
He
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
no doubt.
a versatile dude. I wonder if he could roll a little bit with initials. All right, Harrison Phillips
You know,
is
can
here.
I
So
interrupt you for a second?
go ahead.
Who's playing initials on Friday?
Creasel and Bonus and you and Sauce and maybe Zachary.
Okay, cool.
Creasel is not playing. He won't be there.
What?
No, he won't be there till late in the
Well, then
afternoon.
it's
Do
definitely.
like 15
That's right.
times.
Yeah,
Well,
we told-
I keep forgetting. Then it's definitely Zachary then.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
then it'd be
cool.
Zach, Sauce, Hawk, and Johnny Bones.
That's
Playing
right.
for you, Marnie. I'm dedicating this to you.
Maybe we should let a Rube play too then.
I don't know.
Maybe we bring a Rube
see,
out of
we'll see.
the woodwork there at Buffalo Wild Wings on Friday morning. Who knows? All right, Harrison Phillips just walked in, so we'll talk to him when we come back. Live from Shields, Eden Prairie, Toys for Tots, presented by the Minnesota Vikings, KFAN, and Unreal on the Fan.
I grew so tired of the games you consistently played, where I took all the blame. It's true, you're just unhappy with you. You drink every night, so you can't think.
Real on the Fan.
To watch the Vikings take on the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium, make sure to stop by Buffalo Wild Wings in Vegas for the Power Trip and Friday Football Feast live on Friday, December 8th. Don't miss the pregame tailgate on Sunday for your chance to win autographed Vikings merch and Buffalo Wild Wings gift cards.
We are live at Shields for Toys for Tots Day. Let's hear it, everybody. You feeling good? Having a great day? Thanks to our friends at Unreal and Shields, and of course the Minnesota Vikings for having us out here. Always great to be a part of this. We'll be taking toy donations all day long as the broadcast stays here all day. So stop on by, drop off a toy for Tots. We have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello for the first time ever on the Power Trip Morning Show, Mr. Harrison Phillips. How are you, man?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me on.
It's great, and we are honored because I get an opportunity to make it an hour as we start, because it is officially 8:32, and I was told to shut my mouth till 8:30 at least, and I did finally for once in my life. The NFL and the Minnesota Vikings announced today that defensive lineman Harrison Phillips has been named the team's nominee for the 2023 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. Huge congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I don't know if there's ever been a time that I was more celebrated than a little event that happened last night that the Vikings put on with my foundation, Harrison's Playmakers, and it was really, really special. And so I've been able to digest this for a little bit here, but I'm still on cloud nine.
It's wonderful because not only have you been nominated by the Vikings, you are the nominee for the Vikings. You have an opportunity to be the Walter Payton Player of the Year. That's enormous, and I know that's not till Super Bowl weekend, but is that something you look forward to being a part of as well?
Yeah, when I first got into the NFL, I started, my foundation and wanted to get involved in as many charities and organizations as I could. And I like to say that my heart's unbiased. Really, there's a lot of love to give to a lot of different places. And so, had a lot of success in Buffalo, was fortunate to be named their Man of the Year a couple times. And when I got to the Twin Cities, I realized things here is a little bit different. It's a little more special because you have the bigger city feel, but you have like the salt of the earth Midwest people here. And so, I was blown away that my team nominated me for this nomination. And you never really set out to say, hey, I want to win the Man of the Year. It's not really a goal. It seems pretty self-serving. But like I explained to my foundation last night, it was really cool. The Vikings put together here in the Twin Cities. We had 200-300 people at the Whirly Ball, part of my foundation. I was on Zoom with, I was unknowingly doing a shopping event at Shields in Omaha. We had 100 families going shopping at the Shields in Omaha. And then we planned a Buffalo event the same night. And I was on Zoom and everybody was congratulating me. And I was able to hold the trophy, and I explained to them, I know that my name's on it, but really it should be each one of their names that are on it, because what the recognition that comes with it is nothing that I've done. It's more their award. So I think the NFL does an incredible job of, My Cause, My Cleats and the Man of the Year and things like that, to allow us to show our platforms and show the amazing faces and individuals I get to work with, and it's incredible.
One more thing about this, if you don't mind, because I know it's a huge honor and something you're very honored by, but for the people unfamiliar with it, tell us about Harrison's Playmakers. What exactly do you do, and what does your organization do?
Yeah, so we work with individuals with developmental differences and special needs, pretty much all age ranges. I think we have some 4-year-old playmakers and some playmakers in their 50s. And we kind of started with creating opportunities that these individuals wouldn't have without us. Encouraging and teaching some of the values that sports bring, about never giving up and always teamwork and sportsmanship and things like that. But I think one of our niches that's really cool is I try to flip the negative perception out there, with people who maybe haven't worked with individuals with differences before, that they can't do things and that they're very dependent. And that's not the case. Some of these individuals are absolutely incredible. And that's why I never use the word disabled or disabilities. I say that we have different abilities. And so what I do to kind of flip that perception is, not only can these individuals come to my camps and hang out with NFL players and college athletes and participate in drills that you never thought that they would have, we also have a give it back or a pay it forward. And so at my shopping event that I'll be having here at Shields coming up soon, the kids will be gifted $100 to go get whatever they want, but they'll also be given a wish list of another nonprofit that we're working with, and say, hey, you can spend all the money on yourself, or you can go buy socks and t-shirts, or if we're working with one of our veteran programs, or we work with a lot of the animal rescues here locally. And so just like my camp, we'll have 200 kids and their families come out, and it's a free camp, awesome day, but the price of admission will be a donation to another local nonprofit that I found here in the Twin Cities. And so it flips that perception that these kids can't do things, and it's like, no, these guys not only are kicking ass at my camp, but they also are able to give back in their communities and serve, and I think that shows their independence incredibly.
That's awesome.
I have a 42-year-old sister who has Down syndrome. I don't have a question. I just want to say what you do is unbelievable. That's it.
Thank you.
That's incredible, man.
Thanks.
That community is wonderful. All those people are wonderful. It means the world to me and my family, and it's not about that, but that's incredible what you do. That's wonderful. That's all. Wow.
Harrison, when you first got here, I think that you made the outreach for, listen, I want to get involved in this community. You didn't really know much about it, but where does that, and you did it in Buffalo, where does that kind of spirit of giving, where did it originate, and why is it so important to you? Because, a lot of players get involved in their own various charities, but you are really kind of dug in on it personally.
Yeah, I think it would have to stem back to my faith. Raised in the church, and had a fantastic community that was around me that showed me the right way, and to give the shirt off your own back to someone in need. And so I prayed my entire life to be in the position that I'm in. I mean, from my very first, I have the same prayer I almost say every single night that involved me getting to where I'm at right now. And while I'm here, you're kind of only a hot commodity while you're still wearing that jersey. And so I want to make the biggest impact I can and make a legacy much further than how many tackles I have this week or how many wins or losses that we have. And so I've been fortunate that, Stanford allowed me to really grow into some of those roles. I helped create a couple nonprofits while I was out there. Buffalo was a great place for me to grow, and I was very thankful for my 4 years there. And then you get here and just kind of blown away. And I would say the icing on the cake was the staff that the Minnesota Vikings have in play in our community relations department. I'm sure Logan's probably annoyed with how much I've come and bothered him these last couple of years, but there's no words to describe how awesome they are. The Vikings did right hiring them.
You mentioned tackles and wins and losses, so that brings me to my next question. How many tackles are you going to have this week, and are you going to win or lose?
Well, we'll find out if they're going to try to run this ball or not, man. I feel like teams haven't been running it as much as it's not as been as action-packed as I would have hoped for myself inside. But that's a tip of our hat to Coach Flores and his defense taking some of the things off the play call for some of these offenses. But no, man, it's a tough opponent. It's been nice to have a little bit of extra time to break them down, and I think that you can see the change in their offense from their head coaching change, and they're definitely caught some momentum and are going to be a tough team to beat. So we're definitely buttoned up and have all of our focus on getting a win this Sunday.
How many defensive signals are you being relayed to from Brian Flores? We see him with the chart on the sidelines, and Ivan Pace right now is taking over with the green dot, giving the signals, and you only have a few seconds to do it, but it certainly seems like it's working. But I mean, it's pretty complex, is it not? And you guys have taken a while to kind of adjust to all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as complex as it is simple, if that makes sense. I mean, there's definitely a rhyme or reason for everything that we do. And I think what really makes us go is the ability, because you're starting to see some teams in the NFL sprinkle in what we're doing, right? It's a copycat league. But I think what it kind of takes the person who's steering the ship to have enough guts to really call it as much as we are. You know, it's easy to call certain plays in certain situations, but to stick with your guns, I think that makes our defense really go is his ability to trust himself and trust the aggressiveness that we play with. And then we have a lot of guys that, the Jordan Hicks going down was a huge loss. I've been incredibly impressed with how Ivan's been able to do, but there's also been some guys on the back end and like myself who are trying to pick up the things that we can to take stuff off his plate. Especially those first couple games, I was like, hey, I'll get the front. You worry about the stuff on the back end, and same way the guys in the back end are saying, hey, we'll help with these coverages and communication. But he's been nothing but fantastic and kind of exceeded my expectations.
Harrison, an NFL season seems to be almost always like a mini movie. You can name a team, and the amount of drama that team goes through is always significant. And so let's say even for the Vikings to have an 0-4 start and then a surge and then lose your quarterback. How do you as players know that the drama is coming? You don't know in what form. Sometimes it's even overachieving. But to stay even keel and to just sort of navigate through what always seems like it is such a dramatic event of an NFL season.
Yeah, funny story. When I got drafted or combined before the draft, as a defensive line, you have like a alumni come in and they're the head of your group, and mine was John Randall. And I remember when he was taking us from like station to station, and you kind of do some chit chat, and I was like, dude, I had a chance to talk to one of the best defensive linemen in NFL history. I'm going to pick his brain. And I remember asking him like hardest part about the NFL, and here I am, a 21-year-old kid going to be going against grown men who have families who are fighting for every single inch on this playing field. Physical game. And he said the mental side is much more difficult than the physical, and I couldn't understand that at 21 years old or 22, whatever. Because and my body wants to disagree with how much banged up we get inside the trenches. It's life and death. But I would agree with him. I mean, the mental side of going through that roller coaster of emotions and to stay together and to not go self-serving and I'm going to go get mine, or I'm going to do this and I don't like this play called, this, that, and the third. Everything that you can think of that you mentioned, and triple that because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And it's like, to be as even keeled as we've been, it's been a reflection of our leadership and a reflection of our coaching staff. And I think that's why, we're really never out. We're really never out.
The commissioner, Roger Goodell, is making noise about potentially outlawing the tush push. And from your standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, because you faced the Eagles, and they're the one team that seems to have perfected it and used it quite well. Is it something that belongs in the NFL? Because you literally have 2 bodies, 3 bodies, 4 bodies pushing the quarterback, in this case, for a first down or into the end zone. Is that football?
Yeah, I know it's a really truculent topic, and I haven't had enough time to really sit and give my full thoughts about it. But for the most part, as a defensive player who thrives on aggression, I like the less rules we put in. You know what I'm saying? I like the physicality of the game. They found a way. I get where they're going with player health and safety because I stand on that really, really firmly. And there's been some plays. I don't know if you can remember the Brock Purdy play, I think, versus us. When we go low, they go low. he goes on top, there's only one striking point for a linebacker or safety to make that play. So I would have to look at it a little bit more. But in general, let us play. You know what I'm saying? I like that part of the game, and they try to take a lot of it away. But somebody will stop it. We'll figure it out. You know, I believe in defense.
Harrison Phillips, one more question before we let you go and let you get on with the rest of your day, and congratulate you again. But I'm sure you've been asked this question and answered about 1,000 times. Probably some people who were pretty hot when they were asking the question. But how does the Nebraska Gatorade Football Player of the Year go to Stanford?
Yeah, funny question. If I can remember correctly, I was a diehard Nebraska. I was going there my whole life.
Yeah.
But they just kind of really slowly recruited me, and I think most of the best in-state players in Nebraska at the time, they just automatically go to Nebraska. They'll even turn down other scholarship offers to walk on at the University of Nebraska. And I think I maybe showed my hand too much of being such a big Nebraska fan that they were just like, oh, we know we got this kid. And, they didn't know my family's financial situation, which couldn't pay for college. So started going around, and I think, if I can remember correctly, I think Nebraska was my 23rd scholarship offer. And if they had been like top 5 or something, I probably would have never looked anywhere else. But then you go experience some life other places. And when my grandmother helped me get out to Stanford, because again, we couldn't afford to get out there, went to the camp, was blown away with the campus and the academic success they've had. The intellectual brutality is what we've kind of tailored up there. After that, I think in the final straw is when they did offer me a scholarship. They offered me at tight end. As much as I love Hawkinson, I don't got the hair for it. So, and I like hitting people.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Minnesota Vikings Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award nominee, Harrison Phillips. Thank you for your time, man. Congratulations. You don't have to do the things you do. Thank you for doing it, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Intellectual Brutality is 5:30 to 9 Monday through Friday on the Fan as well.
That's right.
Geez, that's pretty awesome.
I think, are you going to go shopping now, or is that what you're doing? Are you doing a little Toys for Tots?
I think I got Spinny and Diego's. Spins and Diego. We're going to go pick out some stuff here before we get the body right on a Tuesday. Got some recovery stuff going on. But
understood. Yeah. Right on, dude. Thank you very much. Again, one more time, Harrison Phillips, everybody. Thank you very much.
They got tree stands here. They have deer stands here. They have bikes. Sauce, you just had a stat that I wanted to share with the class, because we made Marnie Gellner and Mark Rosen watch the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, and Chad's already sick of us talking about it. But can you read what you just read on the old Twitter?
Yeah, the GTA 6 trailer has broken the record for most views on a non-music YouTube video in the first 24 hours. 66.2 million views. The record for any video on YouTube is 108 million, and the GTA reveal dropped only 15 hours ago.
Jeez.
66.2 million people.
15 hours.
In overnight hours,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it's sweet. I can't wait.
I can't wait for Chad to hate us bringing it up.
He already does.
Yeah,
It's right
He's
now.
going to play it. His son TJ will probably play it.
Now, my kids are 13 and 15. Do I want them to play this?
Grady's playing it whether you want him to or not.
And by the time it
Might as
comes
well
out,
let him
it'll
do
be
it.
35.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't like the twerking in the trailer?
That was shocking.
Or the strip club?
That was shocking.
Yeah, that's part of that game.
Aggressive.
Fortunately or unfortunately. That's
Marnie
kinda how it
hasn't
goes.
done any twerking in a trailer since 1995.
Whoa. Marnie. Is that true?
I don't know why that date. I
couldn't
know
think
why.
of a better
Yeah.
date. I don't know. I was alive then. You weren't. I don't know what to say.
I graduated from high school in '92.
Did you?
I was twerking.
You can't tell. You look great.
Rosie, calm down.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Somebody who bought a Powerball ticket in Chippewa Falls is $100,000 richer. The Wisconsin Lottery yesterday said the winning ticket was sold at the Lake Wissota Travel Shop on County Highway X, and the person who won the $100,000 is officially the third richest guy in Wisconsin.
That's right by the Dells, right?
It is very close to the Dells. Yeah, I believe they stopped there to get beef jerky and cheese curds, and they walked out with $100,000.
What a nice little prize.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, that'll help a
Perfect for you.
kitchen remodel. That'll go right to the
Just
pool
enough.
fund. Can you imagine the jump the spreadsheet takes when you add 100?
Barnes, it's really not that much. You would just have to win 100 golf bets.
Which I can't do.
Well, you won one.
Yeah.
You win 99 more.
All right.
Not a big deal.
Easier said than done.
No.
A family in Florida is suing Panera Bread over a man's death. Listen to this, Rosie, and really think about what I'm about to tell you, okay? Because
All right.
I worry about
Right.
you.
I know you do.
The lawsuit alleges 46-year-old Dennis Brown died from drinking Panera's charged lemonade drink.
What?
They filed suit yesterday, almost 2 months after he died of cardiac arrest. The lawyer for Brown's family says the only thing that changed in his life in the weeks before his death, health-wise, was that he started drinking 4 charged lemonades a day. Each drink has almost 400 milligrams of caffeine.
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
So the medical examiner wrote this up in his final report on the gentleman's passing?
Well, I don't think it's from, I think it was from their lawyer. I don't know if the medical
I was going
examiner
to say,
did. Yeah,
but
exactly.
the lawyer wrote this up.
Yeah, right. Panera Bread denies the drink led to Brown's death and says it stands firmly by its products. This is the second time someone has died related to drinking this highly caffeinated drink. Where is it, and how can I get me some?
Right, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, Tommy wants one as well.
I need it, and I need it now.
So each one's 400 milligrams.
Yeah.
And he was drinking 4 a day?
Yeah.
Sauce, how many milligrams of caffeine was he drinking a day?
That would be 1,600, Cora Leskov.
Intellectual brutality.
There you go.
5:30 to
I
9,
love that.
Power
That is a
Trip Morning
great
Show.
term.
Yeah, that's a brilliant.
What is
a
an
great
average
term.
cup of coffee? Like, what is the caffeine
Is it
milligram?
160, 180, something like that?
I don't know. Anybody here
right
big time coffee person?
180? Or just 80, period, for a cup of coffee? There you go.
80. That's not
Wow.
enough.
That's not enough at all.
So this is like
95.
6 cups of coffee?
In one drink.
In one.
And he had 4 a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That'll do it. That'll charge you.
Sounds like he died doing what he loved. Sweat.
Yeah.
Man,
I think
Lemonade.
he would have had some symptoms before that and said, maybe I should stop drinking this.
Yeah.
do you guys honestly feel caffeine? I don't because of this job. I haven't
No,
felt it
me
in
either.
years. I just drink energy drinks because of placebo effect and I think it tastes good. I've never, I would say honestly, since 2008, I haven't felt it.
Yeah, me either.
I never feel it. I don't get a boost. I don't get a rush. I just like the taste of it.
The 5-hour energies I feel, but nothing else.
You can tell when you're 5-hour
Man,
energy.
you have too much. You're too much.
You've had 2 today, correct?
Yeah.
You might
can
need
tell.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to.
Have a couple of charged lemonades.
Yeah, start drinking charged
I don't want to
lemonade.
die, though.
Let's see what happens.
I could drink a 5-hour energy in bed
Yeah.
as I was laying down. It
Yeah.
wouldn't change anything.
Same.
100%. And all my friends and family and neighbors are like, it's 7:30. What are you doing drinking Monster? I'm like, I'll be asleep in 2
You have
minutes.
friends?
No, well, just play along with the bit. Of course I don't.
Oh, okay.
Marzi, have you ever been to Dickinson, North Dakota?
Yes. Yeah, my nephew just got
you,
married there a
Rosie?
couple years
I
ago.
didn't ask you about that. I just wondered if you've been there.
Simple yes would
Passed
work.
through it a few times.
It's in the southwest corner of the state, near Medora, my favorite place. Yeah, what happened in Dickinson?
They're having the Dickinson's Downtown Christmas Stroll.
Troll?
Stroll.
Oh,
Stroll.
okay.
Walk. Stroll. Families gathered in downtown area of Christmas-themed decorations to find the elf on the shelf and take photos with Mr. and Mrs. Claus. A big thing for the first time this year in downtown Dickinson, the Downtown Christmas Stroll, and they would like you to be the queen of Christmas for Dickinson,
Okay.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
Could you do that for them?
Absolutely.
Mother Christmas, ladies and
I love
gentlemen.
it there. I don't know if Dickinson High School still has the same mascot, but they were well known for a while because.
Oh my God, what could it possibly be?
Well, I'm going to spell it Midgets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
See, I
Yeah.
thought they were the Foresk.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
F-O-R.
Forsky?
F-O-R.
What?
I think they're the Richards now.
The Forks?
Okay.
Yeah.
Toys for Tots, ladies and gentlemen. Toys for Tots. It's our big day, our favorite day. We love being out of here. Again, as we get ready to sign off Quarry Cove, thank you to everybody for coming out. Make sure you continue to drop off some toys all day long. Thanks to our friends at Shields and Unreal and the Minnesota Vikings and Cam Bynum, Harrison Phillips for joining us out here on a great day.
And the station will be out here all day today.
That is correct. Will you
All
stay
day,
here
right?
all day, Rose? You just
No,
gonna hang
I
out?
may shop a little bit right now, and I'll be back with.
I can show you around.
I know you can. I want the tour from you. I'll be back with Common. Oh boy, good for me. He's here noon to 3. But I'll be back here this afternoon with him. And of course, Burr will be out here, and PA and Nordo are wandering around here somewhere already. I just saw Nordo. Yeah.
Whoever at the Fan or the Vikings is in charge of lining up guests for this show, kudos, because Cam Bynum and Harrison Phillips were
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
A plus.
not just impressive
Both
football
good dudes.
players, but really impressive human beings.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Which you're just not used to on this show, are
No.
you? No.
Oh, yeah, because it's collateral intelligence.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Collateral intelligence.
Barnes, we're going to miss you in Vegas on
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Roser.
You've been
Yeah,
on
I
the brink
know.
of winning initials the last couple of weeks. You won it 2 weeks ago, but we'll miss you on Friday.
Send pics
Excuse me?
from you guys in Vegas.
Not you, Rosie.
But
Calm
Rosie,
down.
we'll see you tomorrow morning because we're still doing normal show tomorrow morning, Mark Rosie.
Mark-
I know, I will be here
Tomorrow.
Not here, but
You say send pics now, but you yelled at me for it last night.
Well, you weren't in Vegas yet.
Ah, true. Okay.
Those
got
are
it.
only
Okay,
acceptable
Got it.
when you're in Vegas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 to 9.
you.
Toys for Tots all day live here at Shields and Eden Prairie. Thanks to Unreal, the Minnesota Vikings, KFAN, and many, many more. Thanks for coming out. Power Trip Morning Show. See ya.
Questions and surprises, all the answers in disguise, and love is all that ties us down. Otherwise we'd fly away.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio app or